Hey YouTube, Moose Cow here with an exciting little video, a little update for Kings and Kaisers. I just visited Madman yesterday and picked up our first official card deck for Kings and Kaisers. Madman got 15 of these printed from Make Playing Cards, and I figured, he's done his little video kind of showing it off, but I figured I would do my own and kind of do an unboxing, unwrapping as you would. Obviously it's not in a box, but still wrapped in cellophane. So I got a little incision mark here, so I can just tear it open kind of easily, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, get that out of the way. All right, so here we go. Got our Austria-Hungary national objectives. We got our Russian national objectives. We got our German national objectives. We got our French. We got our British. We got our Japanese. We got our Ottomans. We got our Italians. And last but not least, we got America. We also have China. And we have political situation cards, similar to BBR and all that. But, we got our... we have our the extra political cards and rule reference cards. There's not as many as there are in like the BBR deck per se, but yeah, still quite a bit of stuff right here. This is really cool. I kind of imagine this is kind of how Sire probably felt when going through the BBR card, an official print of the BBR card deck the first time. But yeah, so you got your unit profiles. Let me pop that one back up. Our unit profiles, so that's land, air, sea, expanded land units, expanded air units. So those, those two are optional to play with, but up to the players if they want to incorporate those ones. We got our field technology, so we got a summary card, and then we got a card for each field technology. Then we have two war tactics cards. So one's just rules reference for the integrated railways and being able to rail stuff and difference of cities and mobilization. The other one's just a convoy reference. And then we got our two victory points cards, part 1 and part 2 references. So all the different ways you can win the game. Yeah. And that looks nice, real nice. Again, it's a Make Playing cards, so it's the same. This is a BB4 deck. Same company that you get the BBR decks from. Same size cards. This box is from Drive-Thru Cards, and I personally like to lean towards the smaller boxes that they have available. Here's just you've seen these in my past videos. These are the prototypes, and these are laminated cards, and because they're laminated, in order to fit in these boxes, they have to be smaller than you really want them to be because of the lamination around the side. So just kind of comparing that, but like you see the difference here. This is what I printed out on my printer, and obviously maybe I have an ink issue, who knows. It's a little bluer, but this is professionally printed. This looks awesome. Alignment turned out perfect. I know Madman had a few issues. He tried to see if he could find another place to print from that wasn't Make Playing cards, and everybody either wasn't able to do it right, had an alignment issue, or they were just being difficult about it or something or another. So anyway, we went with Make Playing cards. These turned out really nice. These are the plastic cards, the higher quality plastic cards, so they won't they won't get damaged from if you spill water on it or whatever. But yeah, just really cool. So yeah, Madman got 15 of these printed, 15 of these decks printed, and like he did a bulk order, so it'd be cheaper than ordering one individually. So if you're interested out there, YouTube, if you're interested in getting one of those decks from him, you just reach out to Madman at grandcommandgaming@gmail.com, and he said they're about $30 each, not including shipping, and that's because he did the bulk order. Yeah, nice. Yeah, he did the bulk order, so that made him a little cheaper. But go ahead, and if you want to get one of these card decks, and obviously we're going to make it available on Make Playing Cards later on to get, so you could buy it directly. But if you want to save some money, save a little bit of money, and order a deck from him, he'll ship it to you. Kind of what like Matt Todd does for BBR a little bit too. But yeah, reach out to Madman, and he'll send him $30 or plus shipping, and he'll send you a deck. So very exciting. Oh man, this is so cool. This is really, really cool. This is the first time I've gotten anything I've made professionally printed. I've been having to deal with making these laminated cards myself. And while it's totally doable, it is a process, and not everybody wants to do that process. But just the fact that I have something we've been working on for this long in my hands, this is so cool. So yeah, just kind of give you a little bit of overview real quick. I'm not going to read every single one, but this is super cool. Soviets only get a national objective, but it's a pretty good one for them if they come into play. Yeah, so you see Germany has a lot of different national objectives, gives them a lot of options. France not so much, but that's okay for them. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, these were a lot of work. Making sure the wording is as good as it could be, especially for the rules reference cards. For the most part, we had the national objectives down before getting these printed, but we spent a lot of time getting these cards correct, the political situation cards, the field technology cards, because I hadn't really touched them. We had been mostly focusing on these because I was making those prototypes, like I said. But yeah, just really cool. Really cool. I'm really happy to have this in my hands. Oh my god. This is just so cool. And then also on top of that, because they're not laminated, you don't have you got some glare, a little bit of glare with this, and got a little bit of light reflection, but you don't have the glare from the lamination and stuff like that. See, I got some rope light. You see this? I got some rope lights hanging on my ceiling above me, so that's what's reflecting right there. Don't really have that with this, So that's cool. We got a sweet logo. grandcommandgaming, Kings and Kaisers. This is really awesome. All right. And then, so there's one of these boxes from drive-through cards. Let's see if it fits. Sure enough, it does. Like I said, it's the same size as a BBR deck. Or same size cards as a BBR deck, rather. And then let me put, I'm not going to put these in order, but just as a demonstration. Let's see what happens. So if you want a full BBR deck in a box like this, I know if you want the full deck in there, you got to get one of these big ones. Yeah. Now the small ones kind of goes over a little bit, but let's see if I can close this in here. Yep. All right. Cool. So our deck. That was a little bit of a size comparison between the BBR deck and our deck. It's just big enough where you can, and small enough rather, that you can fit it in one of these smaller boxes from drive-through cards, which I tend to prefer a little bit. And also part of the reason that the BBR deck is bigger than ours is because a lot of the rule reference cards are duplicated, so you have one for each side. And for our deck, we didn't do that because there's not a lot of there's not a ton of those. We would just be duplicating these, or duplicating the wherever they are, the unit profiles, or the the 2 war tactics cards or something, So we didn't think it was worthwhile to do that. For the most part, because I mean, for the most part, those are just like rule references. They're not as integral to have. They're just quick references. If you need everything confirmed, it's going to be in the rule book and all that. For the meat and potatoes of this is the national objectives, and you only need one set of that, right? But anyway, yeah. So just kind of the size difference, obviously, because the fewer cards, it's a little. I imagine once it's on the site, it's going to be a little bit cheaper than a BBR deck. But just as cool. Wow. Kind of rambling a little bit, but this is really awesome. I'm really excited to have this, just have something official in my hands. This is so cool. Let me pop this open one more time. Let's see, get some of those tech cards. Where are they? Woo! Yeah, see, we had to work on all of these cards, making sure all of these cards were right, worded correctly, etc. We'll probably have a jumbo for like cards like this and stuff. We'll probably have a jumbo deck available in the future as well. Jumbo size, you know. All right. Super cool. This is awesome. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right, really cool, really cool. Okay, that about summarizes that. So anyway, besides this cool announcement, again, if you want a copy of this deck, reach out to Madman at grandcommandgaming@gmail.com. Again, it's going to be about $30 each, plus shipping from the bulk order that he has. And then future decks will be, we'll coordinate either purchasing through him or purchasing off of Make Playing Cards, like a profile on Make Playing Cards directly or whatever. But expect that to come in the future, I would say. And like I said, in the meantime, reach out to Madman because he's got some decks available. And in terms of, in addition to this, I'm hard at work on getting the rule book updated. And I'm about almost done with this current pass. So I think I'm in the middle of the updating the expanded units, and I've gone over the national objectives. So I just got the expanded units, and I just got to double check the setup pages at the back of the rule book. Then after everything is updated, I'm going to go through and just kind of check all the different like C page numbers that you see. Like for example, if something's talking about something else in the rule book, and it's like, for example, and in parentheses it'll say C page whatever. So I'm going to go through the whole thing afterwards and double check all those page numbers, make sure those are correct and solid, and then we'll get version 1.4 out right after that, pretty much. So yeah, progress on this is coming along. Really exciting to have this done, and go on from there. And I know we got to get some, we got the St. Louis BBR tournament coming up, so Madman and I and Hammer Time have to practice more for that. But after that, I'm definitely excited to get more Kings and Kaisers gaming in, and maybe beforehand too, but who knows, we'll see. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but yeah, take care. Stay tuned for more Kings and Kaisers information and all that jazz. So, as always, roll the dice better.